Hey guys, I don't know about you, but I'm still at home for the time being, and hopefully most of you are too. So I thought what I would do today is kind of check in and show you my top 5 or 6 things that are helping me get through this time of social distancing. I wrote myself a little note just to keep myself on task here. Somebody in one of my other videos called me out for reading off notes. Sorry, I'm not like 1000% comfortable in front of a camera. I think probably most people aren't. I would forget what I wanted to say if I didn't at least make myself some bullet points. So I'm not reading a script, but I do like to kind of keep myself on target. So hopefully that addresses the people who had a problem with me referring to my notes from time to time. If you hear someone talking, that's my husband downstairs working and on the phone in our dining room. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was hand washing, and not so much the actual washing of your hands, which hopefully everyone is doing very frequently, but the aftermath. My hands get really dried out, and I know probably a lot of people's do also. I actually had a friend text me out of the blue a few weeks ago to ask like, what kind of lotion are you using? I don't know why, except that I think I've always been a lotion person. I always have lotion on hand, and always do lotion myself up after washing my hands, even in normal circumstances. So my very favorite lotion, the one that I keep by all my sinks and carry in my purse, is the Avon Moisture Therapy Hand Cream. Yes, I know it's an MLM. This and their Aloe Lip Balm are the only products that I use, and if you know a good dupe for either of those, please let me know. Otherwise, I stock up once a year. I order right from their website. I don't have an Avon lady, so sorry, this is like my one MLM guilty pleasure still. But this is my favorite hand cream. And you know, I usually try to focus more like on the backs of my hands than on the palms, and kind of like get into my fingertips and the little places that get really dry. But I've always liked this one because it's not, it doesn't leave your hands feeling greasy, and it does feel like it really soaks in and stays moisturized for a long time. If you don't want to do that one, and if you don't mind a little bit more of a greasy feeling, the L'Occitane, which one is this called? Intensive Hand Balm. It's the Shea Butter hand cream. I like this one as well, but it is a little bit more of a greasy feeling. So I wouldn't use it like if I were about to go use my hands to do something, because you will feel it on your hands. But this is great too. Usually I go through maybe like 1 or 2 of these big tubes a year, again, because I don't use it all the time. And I also get the little like purse-sized ones, and I carry those with me sometimes as well. Or the other thing that I would recommend is just Vaseline or petroleum jelly. This is a store brand one. I have Vaseline brand ones. I actually picked this up from Dr. Dre. She's a dermatologist on YouTube, and she was talking one time about like how great Vaseline is compared to the ingredients in a lot of other lotions and stuff, and I was like, yeah, why don't I just put Vaseline on? So I wouldn't do this unless you really weren't going to use your hands for a while. So like I always put this on right before bed. I have a tube on my desk that I'll do just like while I'm sitting at my desk, not really using my hands, or maybe like before I go sit and watch TV. But this one really a little dab will do ya. And I usually focus it around my like cuticles again, because that's like the driest part for me. But that's, I mean, obviously top of the line moisturizing, but definitely for like cracked skin, I would put it anywhere that you have like a little bit of a crack or a cut, and it'll just help that to heal and hydrate. So when this all started and I realized we were gonna be home for a little while, I always had like a level below my normal going out clothes that I called house clothes, and they were just for like wearing around the house, and I didn't mind if I got cat fur on them or whatever. But knowing that I was going to be home for a while, I decided I need to step up my house clothes game a little bit. So I did purchase a couple things, and one of my favorites is the Spalding yoga pants. I am actually wearing them right now. It's Spalding, like the basketball brand. I got them off Amazon. They only came in like 3 colors. I think I bought all 3. 3, and they're just like a really nice thickness. They fit nicely. The one thing that they didn't have that I had been hoping for is pockets, but other than that, they have like the nice wide waistband, and they're good length for me and just very comfy. So rather than my old ratty pants with holes and things that I've been wearing around the house, I stepped up my game and got a couple new pairs of pants for hanging around. So this may or may not make sense considering we're not really going anywhere anymore, but I have been thinking about getting a pair of wireless earbuds for a while, and I'm not an Apple person. I didn't want the Apple, whatever they even are, AirPods, AirPods. You know, I wasn't interested in an Apple product, and I was looking into some other brands, and then I happened to see an ad for these Skull Candy indie wireless earbuds, and they were just a really great deal. They had a lot of really good reviews, so I went ahead and ordered these, and so here they are in their little case that charges them, and here's the actual earbud. But I've always had a problem getting earbuds to stay in my ears. I don't know if I have like a weird shaped ear or what, they always just seem to be popping out. And one of the things that I really liked about these is they have this extra little lip part here that kind of stays under one of the folds in my ear, and it really just holds it in place very comfortably. So these are great. They paired right away with my phone, which also is not an iPhone. But there was nothing to set up or anything. They work great, and even just being at home, they're nice to put in and just like clean the house, or you know, have to like listen to podcasts while you're walking around and not have to worry about it. You know, you can speak on the phone with them as well. They've been great for that. I go for walks, and so it's been nice not to have the cord from my earbuds connected to a phone somewhere on me. So they've been really great. The one thing is they do have like this whole system of taps to control them, and I haven't quite mastered that yet, but I will figure out the tap system. Otherwise, I've been very happy with these earbuds. I've also been using this time to perfect my Facebook avatar. What do you think? Does it look like me? Next up is masks, and if you are all following the CDC's guidelines, you should be wearing masks when you are in public around other people. You don't need to wear them if you're just out in nature by yourself, but if there are people around, which there often are, and definitely if you're going to the store or anything like that, you should be covering your face for the protection of others. So a cloth mask isn't really going to do anything to protect you, but it's the considerate thing to do to protect other people. So now that I'm off my mask rant, we now have a little collection of several types of masks, some homemade, some purchased, and my favorite ones are these from Rhea Fashion, which is one of those like boutiques you might see if you shop on Zulily or Jane, or they have their own website, and I love these. They're just like stretchy material, they're a couple layers thick, and my favorite thing, and my must-have for any mask, is they have adjustable ear straps, so they're not just like the regular elastic loop. You actually tie them in a knot yourself, which I love because you can really get a custom fit. For example, I like to tie the bottom half of the loop a little bit shorter than the top half, so it actually like holds closer to my chin for a little bit tighter of a fit. But you can really adjust it and get them the way you want. The knots aren't noticeable at all, and then you know, you can untie them for when you wash them, but I just like keep it pre-tied and keep it in my purse for when I'm out. It's just soft and stretchy, really comfortable, and again, you know, I'm not looking for it to protect me. I know it won't do that, but I am protecting other people. And then I also just have like a mesh laundry bag that we keep in the laundry room, so when we come in, we can just pop it right in there to get washed. Now, speaking of your face, when this all started, I was like, great, my face is gonna have such a nice break. I'm not gonna wear makeup or anything because I'm not going out anywhere. That lasted a couple weeks. I don't know, I'm not like a heavy makeup user, but I just feel more like myself if I have eyebrows on my face. But I don't use a lot of makeup, but one thing that I do use even when I'm keeping it light is this. It's Skin 79 Super Plus Original BB cream. I think it's also gold somewhere in the name, and it comes in this gold bottle. This company, Skin 79, makes a ton of these, so I will link to the correct one on Amazon. But I have been using this for years. It actually comes from Korea. It's a really nice moisturizer that just has a little bit of tint, and it's also SPF 30. But it just kind of like evens everything out. So even if you're not wearing like a ton of other makeup, I at least like to put that much on. I really haven't, like, I don't think I've put lipstick on at all to go out or anything. I've been doing my eyebrows and a little bit on my eyes, especially if you're going to be covering with a mask. You might as well have your eyes done. And my last recommendation is Imperfect Foods. I'm not gonna get into it all here because I actually made a whole video about my very first experience with them. It's now been weeks and weeks, and I just really like the service because it's a convenient way to get your groceries delivered right to your house. Plus you're doing something good by getting that food waste, you know, back into the food system. But it's also kind of something to look forward to every week, either, you know, when it's time to pack your box, to pick your items. It's fun to see what's available and kind of check in on it and see if you can get all the stuff that you want before your order window cuts off. And then it's something to look forward to receiving. A lot of times there's kind of like fun treats in there that maybe if I were just shopping at the grocery store I wouldn't pick out for myself, but you know, I see it come up in there and it looks interesting and we try something new. And it also kind of gives some structure for meal planning. So again, you know, when you're just ordering from the grocery store, you're kind of on your own with you know, selecting things that you think you would need, but there's not like it's like that paralysis of choice. Like, you have the whole store to choose from. This is nice because it is a very limited selection of things, but it can kind of give you some ideas like, oh, okay, there's pizza crust. I can get these couple things and use them for toppings, and we can have a pizza night this week. So I kind of like that it lets you like focus a little bit more and then get some ideas for meal planning. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that my meals are basically all I post about anymore because, like, what else do I have going on? So I've made some great meals with primarily Imperfect Foods ingredients. So I hope you found some of those tips useful. I would love to hear what's getting you through this time of social distancing. So leave me a comment and let me know some of your tips as well, and we can, you know, share in the comment section. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.